let me tell you a little bit about the structure of the debate. According to Chris Wallace, when he began the debate, you were going to have 8 defined segments. In looking at the transcript, we can only find 6 defined segments because, again, the thing was such a mess. Number 3 was the economic recovery, and the statistics are overwhelmingly in favor of Trump. The reality is, and Trump repeated this, and again, some of this got muddled over, the worst recovery from a recession since the Great Depression was the Obama recovery, alleged recovery, and the most sharp increase in the economy in the last history of anything in the United States, other than perhaps post-World War II, was the Trump recovery. And the Trump recovery was stimulated not by tax cuts, because the tax cuts were done in late 2017 into 2018. What stimulated it was the change in environment in Washington. The announcement that they were going to cut regulations is what got the stimulus started. The tax cuts supported it. One of the things that Biden, and again, Trump had the argument, did not carry off the argument, is that $100 billion of taxes that were being held overseas were brought back into the United States as a result of Trump's Tax Reform Act. And Trump just needed to let Biden stop talking at some point and just say that and shut up. And he didn't carry that off. He did say it, but there was a lot of crosstalk and talk over. And I don't think the people watching the debate really understood the impact of the taxes. One thing, in fact, again, that I thought was entertaining is they brought up this bogus issue about what tax that Trump paid in 2016 and 2017. And Biden claimed that was because Trump had passed the Tax Reduction Act. Biden's problem, and again, this is Trump's problem, because Trump was not on top of his game to say, hey, you know what? In 2016 and 2017, I was under the Obama taxes. The law didn't take effect until 2008. I passed, and I paid more tax after that. So what do you think about that? And again, didn't get the point across. So it was really not a very effective response. But Biden does commit to increasing the corporate tax rate, and he did say this, from 21 to 28%. The reason that the corporate tax was lowered is because we had the highest corporate tax rate in the world, and it was causing these huge corporations to locate their headquarters overseas and to park earnings overseas. Again, Apple itself brought in a tremendous amount of cash money, which we need back here in the United States once those tax laws were changed. So in any event, that was an important issue, but not well presented by Trump, and so it turned into kind of a draw.
This is the book he referred to. This is his latest book, The Decline of America, 100 Years of Leadership Failures. So that gives you a little hint as to the book. But Dr. Schein takes every president from Woodrow Wilson to Barack Obama and analyzes their time in office based on the very same criteria for each one. What are some other topics that you use to actually take a look at them, Dr. Schein?
We evaluated the presidents on basically 3 standards. One was the success of the company, their key management decisions. 2 was their personal ethics, and 3 was the ethics that they incorporated in their rulings and decisions made in favor of America. And so we had people like Bill Clinton, who has 0 personal ethics, but had a fairly successful time in office because the economy itself did well. And then you have people like Richard Nixon, who actually accomplished several good things, but ultimately got our 1F grade. So, but those are the 3 standards that I used for each of the 17 presidents in the book.
So get this book, and you have 1 month to read it and do some research before we elect our next president. And if you want to know how any of these presidents, from Woodrow Wilson to Barack Obama, how they handled crisis. Woodrow Wilson had the last pandemic in 1917-18 time period. So if you want to see how he handled that and compare it with how we are now handling the pandemic that we have called COVID, then that's a great thing to do. You can look at both of them and see. So get this book, research it, study it, as we're making plans for the next election on November 3rd. So we would invite you, if you have questions about the debate or questions about anything that Dr. Schein has talked about today, that you would post them in the comments, either on YouTube below the video or anywhere you see the video. We would welcome your comments. Or you can send an email. And what email address, Dr. Schein, should they contact?
Probably the easiest way to do that is contact me through LinkedIn, as I'm very active on LinkedIn and I do respond to comments there. Also, if they go to our consulting website, ClaremontManagementGroup.com, is that there is a contact there, and you can contact me through that address. So I'm very easy to get to.
Thank you for joining us. Again, leave your comments below for Dr. Schein, and we look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.